Thank you everyone for joining the AHUG SC21 Symposium. Some of you might remember normally, we would have this event kind of on a Sunday or a Monday, the week of supercomputing this year in St. Louis. Unfortunately, most of us still can't travel, so we are meeting virtually at least one more time. Hopefully things in 2022 will allow us to meet in person. But thank you for joining. This is kind of a interesting hybrid meeting. If you came to our SC21 event last year, we had a bunch of recorded talks and you kind of had the homework to go and watch some of those beforehand. And then we had panels with all the speakers kind of around theme topics. We think that, worked pretty well. Of course, you did have to, potentially go and watch, 30 different videos, which we know is difficult to do in this day and age. So for this particular symposium, I think we had 9 or 10 submissions, and we kind of gave the speakers a choice of doing a regular talk or a lightning talk, doing, a live presentation via Zoom, or doing a recorded talk. Last I checked, we have 2 recorded talks in this first session, and then we have 7 live talks and demos. So the agenda is posted in the chat. Hopefully everyone has seen that. We'll kind of repost it because we know that Zoom doesn't necessarily show the history to everyone who joins more recently. But definitely check out our AHUG webpage that has kind of the link to the main agenda, and we'll kind of keep up to date with that sort of break schedule. This session will be recorded. For all the speakers who give us permission, we'll post their videos on the AHUG YouTube page. We'll also share a link to that. So, over the next few days, if you miss something, if you want to go back and check it out, you can do that at our YouTube page. If you have questions, please post them into the chat here. We do also have a Slack channel on our AHUG Slack. I believe it is called SC21_Symposium_Both. So, if you want to, you can post questions there. I'll kind of be monitoring it. We expect that most people kind of post things in Zoom. So what we're going to try to do is sort of copy paste some of those so we can keep track of them after the meeting. And especially for the few people who, the time zones didn't work out. If you have questions for them, please post on that channel. And, we'll kind of ping them by name to say, hey, please respond to this. So with that, thank you everyone who has submitted talks. Thank you for everyone who's participating. I just want to point out one more thing. This is kind of the first of 3 events. So we have the symposium today. We have the hackathon tomorrow and Friday that is run by John Linford and others at ARM and AWS. That's going to be a really exciting event. And then next Wednesday, we have a separate event that is kind of part of the official SC21 program. It's our Birds of Feather, which will be, I think, about an 1.5 to 2-hour session. Note that you do have to be registered for that. I don't think we really have an easy way around that, but definitely we hope that most of you who are interested will be able to join, and we'll try to share some notes from that as well. Okay, so that's all the introductory material I have. I'm going to pass it over to our first session chair. We'll have 1 live talk in this first session, and then we actually have 2 recorded talks. So I'll play the recorded talks kind of in real time. And if the speakers are available, definitely post questions for them. Even if not, post them and we'll make sure that, they get answered in a timely fashion. Okay, so I'll pass it over to our first session chair, Mitsuhisa Sato of Riken, and our first speaker, Matthew Lobe.